Hey guys, hope you're doing good. So it's Friday, 9 p.m. Anybody in their right mind, anybody who's winning would not be in front of this camera at this time, at least not on a Friday, right? But I think one thing I've realized, and I think this is the thing that helps me win consistently, is the fact that when I start winning, I go even harder. I go harder than I've ever gone before, because I see this mistake so often, right? Where I see a lot of people online, they start winning, they're making their first 50K a month, they start making their first 6-figure profit month, and the first thing they do is book a trip to Puerto Rico. How does that make any sense? They start making a little bit of money, they buy Rolexes. They start making a little bit of money, they go shopping to LV stores. They start buying Balenciagas. They start buying Gucci's. They start traveling every month. I'm like, oh my God, like that's literally it's madness, because you can't really think if you do that, right? Most people don't realize that, like, when you do start winning, the way you get more successful is you do the thing you were doing, but you do it 10 times over. You do it 100 times over, because that's the only way you're going to be able to maintain and sustain the current level that you're at, right? That's why for me, I've only gone to 2 holidays since I've made my first 10K a month. I lied. I've been traveling a lot, actually. Okay, never mind. But at least it's every 3 months. I don't necessarily travel like month after month, right? Okay, I was about to lie there. Because I just reminded that in general, I was in Manchester, I was in Ireland, I went to London, and then after that I went to Tulum, Cancun, and then after that I went to Spain, and then after that I went to Italy, and then after that I went back to London, and then after that I went to Miami. So to be honest, I'm probably talking a lot of shit right now, but at least I don't do it often, because I think I could be doing it more often. But I try to like keep the distractions away as much as possible. Like this month is an amazing month, right? I think we've generated over $170,000 in the first 14 days of the month, which we've never done before. It's insane. We collected, I think, 125K in the last 2 weeks. And what better way to celebrate my success than to give more of myself to the world with this video, right? Because I realized that, the more I give myself to the world, the more I help people, the more I receive. So as much as, a lot of people are like, hey, I love creating content, I love giving back. No, it's a selfish thing. It's like, the more I give you, the more I get back. So I'm not giving you all these, I've not put out the last almost 300 videos because I'm such an amazing human. I do it because I know that if I help you enough, if I help you get rich, then who are you going to spend your money with? Me. Because I'm the person who's giving you hopefully the most value in your business. And I hope that I have, because I want to be able to have you as a client, right? I love to have you around. I love to meet you. I love to have fun with you. I love to drive 500 horsepower with you, right? But anyway, the topic of this video, I could talk all day long about a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna keep it short. So I was speaking with my team, and by the way, I'm gonna be reading, because this is an email I sent to my email list. If you're not on my email list, click the link below, get any free product, whether that be the 5 days to 50K a month program, or the 50K a month TikTok webinar or TikTok agency offer. Get it, and then you'll start receiving my emails, right? But I was speaking with my team, and they let me know that in the past few weeks, we've had a lot of people join by selling their crypto, their stocks, their investments, to be able to access our main service, which is the Done For You $500,000 Systems implementation program, right? For those who don't know, we build client acquisition infrastructure that are meant to generate an extra 50K to 100K per month every 3 to 6 months for agencies and high-ticket consulting businesses, right? But the thing is, when they told me that, I was happy to hear that, because it shows that we're getting better at communicating the value that we bring to businesses, right? Because selling someone a product or a service is pretty easy when you know the basics of selling. If you've gone through any of Hormozi's training to sales, spin selling, Sam Oven's consulting accelerator training was really good. I remember when I first went through that training, it was amazing. It taught me a lot about sales. It taught me a lot about shutting up when you're on a call. although I've only taken like one sales call this year. By the way, guys, I don't take sales calls. Please, I get a lot of people who are like, hey Serge, I want to speak directly with you. Unfortunately, if I spoke with everyone who wanted to speak with me every single month, I would not have a company. I would lose my voice and I would probably die in like a year, because we get 300 sales calls, guys. So like, just like understand my situation. Even if I wanted to speak with you, because I definitely can speak with you. It's not like my calendar is stacked up, but I can't speak with you because there's so many people that we speak with every single month. So it's actually impossible. So don't try to ask me to sell your service, because I'm really the worst person at selling. But anyway, coming back to the thing I was saying, you know, when you get the basics of selling something is easy. You can make $1 million a year selling anything that you want, right? But getting someone to sell something they're invested in financially and emotionally, as an example, crypto or stocks, is completely different, because it's not just about selling the outcome. It also has to take into consideration, or it has to mitigate the loss for not pursuing the depth in the thing that we're invested in the first place, right? So, because it is true that, you know, if you sell your crypto, let's say you want to work with us and you sell your investments, it is true that not only are you going to lose out on, you know, on the cost of like withdrawing your money, but you're also going to lose out on the upside that you would have from keeping the money invested, right? So if you're making 10% a month, or if it's crypto and it's going up and down, you could become a millionaire out of nowhere. But you know, hopefully, maybe you will, I don't know. But you have to realize, or I realize that, like, hey, if you're withdrawing your money, you're not only just losing out on the cost, but you're also losing out on the upside, right? So, but the thing is, the way that I've designed our service, our product, is to be something that makes it inevitable for you. I'm gonna rephrase that. It's something that makes winning inevitable, right? And that's the only reason why people would make sense of selling their investments to allocate their capital with us, right? Because no one in their right mind, at least not people who actually invest. I would understand if people who've never invested anything, who don't have the investment mindset, would just say, you know what, hey Serge, take my money, take my credit card, let's do business. But people who have the investing, you know, who are investors, who understand about the importance of delaying gratification and saving money and reinvesting it for a better future, those are two different people, right? So they will only buy stuff that they know that they can't lose, right? I think Warren Buffett said, rule number 1, do not lose money. Rule number 2, do not lose money. And rule number 3, do not lose money. So anyone who's actually a good investor will never invest in something that they know they can lose money on, right? So that's my whole thought process with client acquisition at IO's services. It's like, hey, how can we make it unreasonable for our clients not to win, right? And the reason why I can say that we make it unreasonable for people not to win is the following. We do not actually guarantee an outcome. We will never say that, hey, we guarantee that you will make 50K a month. We will never say that, hey, we make it unreasonable for you not to generate 6 figures a month. No. But what we do guarantee is the inputs that guarantee the outcome. I'll say it again. Client acquisition at IO does not guarantee the outcome. We guarantee the inputs that guarantee the outcome. And that's why we're so different, because if you look at a lot of these programs out there, they're promising you that you'll be making 6 figures a month, right? But how can they tell you that when they don't even know what your inputs are? Because most of these programs, you have to do everything yourself, right? They'll just sell you a 10K program, you'll jump in, they'll give you 2 support calls a week, or they'll try to fake it and be like, hey, you have some plug and play stuff, but then you have to spend time trying to figure out how to use these plug and play stuff, right? You're lost, or you're trying to do all these things yourself, right? So a lot of these programs out there, to be honest, like they're not worth what they're worth, in my opinion. Now, I would still suggest you invest in them, because it's a lot better to keep investing yourself to learn something new other than keeping your money in your account. But the reason why clients who are selling their investments in order to achieve, who are selling their investments in order to work with us, is because, you know, we guarantee the inputs. We're not just trying to teach you something. We're trying to build the thing that actually creates the thing that you want to achieve, right? So the right input plus the right amount of time, this is something you can't skip. If I just give you let's say the 50K a month system, if you don't give it time, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, some people get lucky, they add an extra 25K a month in their second month, third month, but that's not gonna happen for everyone, right? So time is the thing from the equation that you can't really remove if you want to be successful, right? So right input, we solve this thing. Time is already here. You can't change it. Time is still going to move forward. If you let these two things run long enough, you get the desired dream outcome that you have, right? So, if you're someone who is currently, maybe you don't have the time to dial in everything yourself. Maybe you don't know what you should be dialing in. You don't know what the systems. You don't know how to train how to build your growth team. You don't know how to launch your outbound campaigns. How to book 10, 15 meetings every single day for your offer. Maybe you don't even have the right offer, right? Maybe you want the right environment of people who are killing it, amazing entrepreneurs. Book a call with my team. Come, let's show you what we do, and maybe one day we'll get to do. You'll get us to help you, you'll get us to serve you, actually, right? But yeah, guys, I wanted to talk about that. It is important to understand what client acquisition does. We do not guarantee an outcome, we guarantee the inputs that guarantee the outcome. If that's what you want, out of a service, book a call, right? Speak with my team. But the first thing I've talked about in the beginning of this video, which is so important, is when you do start winning, guys, do not stop doing the thing that made you successful. When you do start winning, go even harder. Go harder than you ever thought was possible. Because I promise you, if you go hard long enough, you will get to a point where life you'll get to a point where life becomes a game. And a game where you know all the rules to. You know them so well that it's like you've created them. Because that's the beauty of life. And the world is like, it's other humans who've made up the rules. So you can be part of the group of people who actually understand the rules and use the rules in your own favor. To help your family, to live the life you've ever lived, to live the life you've dreamed of, right? Sometimes I'd be watching these house tours, right? From homes in LA that cost like 200 million. I'm like, wow, how do I get there? Not because I want to be living in a $200 million home, but because I see the product that other humans have built, like a $200 million home. As much as you may, hate it, as much as it may be obnoxious, you've got to appreciate the beauty of a $200 million product, right? And for me, I see the beauty in hard work. That's why for me, like the happiest moments is when I see a lot of clients who've worked so hard start winning. Because it's like something that I can't make up. It's like I love successful people because the work they've put in is so beautiful. They've sacrificed their life. They've sacrificed their time. They've sacrificed the time that they would be spending with the people that they care the most about to build something for the world. And guess what? The world ends up giving them back so much more. In terms of finance, in terms of love, in terms of just like, rooting for you, right? So when you see a lot of people who hate on, wealthy people, rich people, is because they have no appreciation of hard work. They've never done any hard work. They've never chased something. They've never had to give up something to go for something great, right? Hopefully you're one of the, I was going to use this word from this podcast, but maybe you're one of the passionate few, right? Who's inspired, who's on this quest, who has this purpose to change the world. And you change the world by first trying to change your situation, by making better decisions that put you in better situations. And then once you're not in those better situations, you keep making even better decisions, because it's not about putting yourself in the right position. It's putting every single person you love and any person you may find attractive in the position you want them in, right? But no, guys, I'm joking. But guys, like, I love making these videos because hopefully one day I'll look back on them and be like, hey, this is the thing that made me successful. And I'll be able to document my thoughts. By the way, I'm starting a newsletter where I'm going to be learning and sharing everything I'm learning to be able to scale a client acquisition that I get past $500,000 a month, eventually $1 million a month, eventually $10 million a month. But I'm going to start this newsletter. If you'd like access to this newsletter, comment newsletter below, and I'll have it launched by Monday, right? But guys, I have this drive within me that's like it's like it just never ends, and it's not about money. It's not about money. It's about me becoming the best player that I can, right? And yeah. Anyway, if you guys want a business that can guarantee the inputs, book a call with my team below. I love y'all. Bye bye.